I think Theo just put us alive
Yep.
by the silence.
Yeah, we are now
Somehow
live.
he always makes me know it by the silence that suddenly happens.
He stops talking. We're
Yeah,
still
I just
talking about
Because I talk so much anyways in our pre-session chit-chat.
He doesn't want to reveal what his real thoughts are.
It's probably because
we go live.
Yeah, it's probably you can notice it best from me looking at my other screen
Yeah.
instead of more straightforward where you are.
That fucking tractor of a motorcycle. Every evening around 9 in the evening, he goes just back and forth, back and forth.
Rum, 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 rum.
No, it's not. It's not the moped style. It's like a 600 cubic cc off-roader thing that you're supposed to use on tracks, and it sounds like a tractor. Just blah, 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 blah. And no, it's not a Harley. It's not a Harley. Why?
Description.
That's what the fuck?
What the fuck?
The fuck. The fuck
Okay.
is what?
There we go.
Did the price go down or up? Because it seems like they're having a sale or something.
Except we're playing D&D now.
No, 50,
Hello, are we
50
live
Shades
now?
of
We're
Grey
actually live
currently.
For like 2 minutes we have been, yeah.
And he
They have been
just
looking at you,
notifies
looking.
me.
We were discussing it.
Obviously, I was not paying that much attention. Welcome to
you-
D&D, guys.
You little shit. You weren't
I
even
won't
in
die.
roll 20.
I'm going to a library to be safe and sound.
Look into your roll 20, and you will find
You're
Yeah,
going to enjoy
yeah, I
yourself
saw you
today
pop
so
in.
much.
I am there.
We're going to a library, a big library.
Someone will die.
I'm just gonna
In the
replace you with the blobfish.
Someone will shush us.
I've got a book to return to that library.
Oh, good.
I'm going with.
I really hope you get a decent chunk of this commission, Sep.
I have no
Because-
idea.
Because I just spent $260 on it.
Holy crap. I have no idea. I haven't checked the commission rate. But damn, dude. Damn.
0.0001.
Probably. Where did we leave off? Was Kulena about to walk the plank?
No,
Blind-
I was about to
blindfolded,
throw
gagged,
someone
and
off the cat plank, actually. If you want to be completely...
I believe you were just about to nail down your plan for where you wanted to go with your airship.
Yeah, because the airship is quite nice to have. It's handy, you know.
And I do have intimidation as a proficiency.
Here's the thing, though, about intimidation. It doesn't mean that I'll actually do what you ask. It just means that I will be pissed enough to do something you don't like.
DM, can you refuse intimidation?
And everyone handles being scared differently. You know.
So someone would. Oh, yeah.
Fuck you, I do what I want. Well,
Yeah, I understand.
No, actually, Quilena is against fighting, so she will do something she thinks is the best for her.
Yeah,
Which
Well,
doesn't
that's
necessarily
the
mean that
airship.
it's good for you. I'm just saying.
I will practice something today.
Plus, why do you need to intimidate her? She's so nice and cute.
She's stealing the airship of the group.
I'm not
No.
stealing. I'm borrowing without
Well,
permission
Herthen is tasked with a very, very specific task.
to come with me
Make
to
sure-
the library.
make sure the airship returns in one. I mean, make sure Quilana returns in one piece.
Well, the former. But if you want to pursue the latter, you may do so to a small extent. I mean, it's not
That's
prioritized.
your...
I know where my priorities lie.
I will just like to remind you, Obsid, I have a fireball ready.
Good. Roll initiative.
I mean, that's kind of a fight we would want to see.
Well, you will probably be off on the ground somewhere by the time it happens.
The illusionist wizard fighting the paladin.
Yep.
The paladin of love.
But I can fly.
The hippie paladin.
Yes, a fighter with love.
How ranged are you?
10 feet.
Okay. I have 100.
You have the boomerangs. That goes further than that.
Spoilers. That's like my secret weapon.
Trump card.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure that you don't forget. You also have like spells that you can use occasionally.
Yeah, I could literally just say, "Hey, stop casting."
You could say whatever you want. I will keep casting though.
Not if I use command.
I think it's one word, isn't it?
Yeah, that's one word.
Stop. Don't. No.
Please.
Bad dog.
No, that's 2 words.
Bad wizard.
Depends if you write it in one word or two.
A dog.
Bad dog. But why is everyone sure that I will steal the airship? I haven't even.
Because you're the only one on the airship at the moment, and you also have 3 horses and Niniac in, or not Niniac, Sereno you have aboard.
Thanks
I
for
think
notifying
Niniac is
me
still-
what I can steal.
I mean, there's a whole handout about what's in the cargo hold right now, so.
Alright.
So many things. Just all the stuff.
Speaking of which, you have 3 horses with you, as well as Sereno. They will all require 10 pounds of some sort of feed each day that you travel.
Are they carnivorous? Will they eat party members? No?
No, not yet. They're
I
not
can do
that
an illusion
desperate.
food if you want.
I could train them to eat party members or potential party members.
We only have 60 pounds of rain, so we won't get very far with that.
We'll get a day.
Yeah, a day and a half. If we're lucky.
By the way, I love my latest flaw. It adds so much.
Yeah.
So much peril for your personal well-being, you mean?
No, I mean...
Also, technically, the horses are on loan from Nightstone. Still.
No, they're ours now.
Technically. Who deals with technicalities? Come on.
They've not asked for them back yet, so...
Speaking of technicalities, Sep, there is a minor technicality with your choice of website. They don't ship to Norway.
I'll fix that.
Oh, I'll do that later then. So, well, I mean, Kothar's made his goals clear. Drop him off at Thornwood or join him all the way to Shelmista later. But if your guys are going to... Where's the Edificant Library again?
I think you should be very careful with your word selection.
Well, I mean...
Do you have Featherfall yet?
No. Actually, I do.
No, you've got Misty
I
Step.
can drop you by.
I got Misty Step.
You're fine. Misty Step saves lives.
Yes. Can I block the ground?
I was about to say Misty Step saves life. 1 life.
It depends how you use it. You could use it to, like, Misty Step behind someone and stab them in the back as they're casting a spell. And it's multiple.
Teleports behind you. Nothing personnel, kid.
Well, that's if you can get into my bubble.
I just had to. But yeah. Oh, the different library is on the way.
Kind of is.
Where is it?
Actually,
Is it?
Where is it? Just-
yeah, it's right there.
Oh,
So
on the mountain.
Thornwood there, and I'm going. Let's see, the river starts up there by the foot of the mountains. I do believe Shamista city is there, but I haven't put that in solid writing because it's up to Theo.
Mm-hmm.
But I am guessing that Kothar would know where his home is.
I would certainly hope so. It would be very strange if he didn't.
Yeah.
It would be impressive.
Before we set off, shall we clear off this little thing with Nightstone?
name?
About the the name. I've already selected the name, so that's okay.
Hmm?
See, no objection. So the
What?
name
I
is
What
didn't
talking
even
about?
read the name.
What name?
the Sylvan Sentinel.
I like my suggestion, but okay.
Just because I like the idea of us flying on the SS.
Sure.
Cool, we'll go with that.
I have the greatest name for you, though. The Titanic.
It will sink as fast
Actually,
as it.
no, that was the other one. The one I had to escape from with the rope trick.
So, what do I know of the welcoming party at the library?
Nothing yet.
You know that historically they have been very welcoming. They are seekers of knowledge, so anyone with knowledge or whoever is seeking knowledge is usually welcome.
And how did they deal with airships flying into their domain?
That depends on whether the airship is seeking knowledge or not.
Well, it might be a long trip or short trip, Upset.
Yeah.
I don't know.
In general,
beginning-
there are fairly powerful casters in residence, so
So it could be a short trip to find what we're looking for, a long trip to find what we're looking for, or an extended trip where I'm dead there.
I just want to know what you think we're going to search for there.
untold riches.
Knowledge.
Yes.
But there's two specific pieces of knowledge Kothar would want you to check for. One that you briefly mentioned yourself.
Mhm.
Information about the warlord. And also, if you could look up a kind little guy called Fijan Al-Sesson.
How do you write that?
Well, there's a handout for him.
Okay.
Though it starts with a king. By the way, you stole his hat.
I did not.
You
You
Borrow.
practically asked me to take it.
Borrowed it indefinitely.
Yes. I just
Repurposed, recycled.
I wanted to help him, you know?
The old king was a fan of recycling, so
Yes.
it would.
I mean, with a name like Archmage Estoril, of course he's a fan of recycling.
Yeah, I mean clearly.
I mean, he did have undead in his terror thing, so recycling, definitely.
Yeah. Recycling. That's how I should present Animate Dead to Kaiser. It's recycling!
I'm not sure if it will catch, but sure.
Necromancy, not recycling.
But the thing I was really meaning about Nightstone is the horses are not really ours. We should probably ask them if they want something for it, or if we should just take them. And also stock up on a bit more food for them, because they won't make the trip to Elfwood, I think.
Thornwood.
Well, yeah, Thornwood. It's a wood full of elves, so it's an Elfwood.
I need. How many days would it take us to the library?
I like how you started that with me, us.
Well,
Direct line or dropping
Yeah.
by?
A direct line
Dropping
would
by.
take you there
no,
about in a
dropping
day.
by. Dropping by?
Then
2 days?
day and a half, just about. Something along
Okay.
those lines. With good wind.
So how much cost ration?
A ration.
Yeah,
For the horses, you mean?
for me.
Oh, there's 20
there's
days
20
worth of
indeed.
rations on a ship,
Oh, okay. So
in
never mind.
addition to what we have.
You may purchase them from the cargo hold if you'd like. But then you
I
have
will
to
pay
talk
the
with the
cargo
ship's
hold
captain.
with. I will pay the cargo hold with air. Here's some air. Now give
Who
me
did
my
you
ration.
volunteer as the captain?
As long as you don't break air, that's fine.
How do you think I'm paying with air without breaking air?
At least do it into the balloon. Also, you know,
so-
women don't do that.
So Obsid,
Yes.
I thought that we shouldn't land when we get there.
At least Featherfall Shump.
No, I mean not them. I mean us when we get to the library.
Oh, so we're not landing.
Yes.
So we're going to jump out at the library and
Yes.
Okay.
For style.
for style points.
How will you get back up there, though?
That's not a problem.
You'll
You
pick
have
us
to
up.
return the ship.
That's not a problem. I have no problem getting back to the ship.
Rohirthan does.
I'll hold on to the shield. It'll be fine.
Anyways, first we need to drop off the others.
First, you have to
Yes.
figure out what you do with the horses.
Yes.
I have no
So-
Do
problem.
you even want to
They can
take them
stay.
with you?
I don't mind them
Well-
staying there.
I guess
They
whoever
won't.
is staying at Thornwood might need a horse.
Yes. Ideally, I mean, we're only dropping by Thornwood quickly, so if we could just quickly there, and then you guys can go to library, and I can go with Shump on foot from there to Shilmista.
Yep.
But first, I'm going to have a quick word with.
Actually, I want to just ask, when are we planning to meet?
I don't know.
And where? And that's also a question.
Kothar wouldn't mind having a peek at the library too afterwards.
So we could stay at the library till.
Maybe it's
Kothar
better
and
that
Shump
you
return.
pass through the library then.
Yeah, pass through the library and ride from the library to Shilmista. You can keep the airship up there. But I was also thinking that if we then go down there, give us, if we're not back up by the library within a week,
Then bury your body.
then wait
and
another
stay.
day, and then
Maybe
No, I
another day.
thought-
And
I thought
another
we
day.
should- I thought we should just search for a new group. Like, okay, that's done.
But would it be Crambo that deals with the horses, or is the quartermaster or guards captain?
It would likely be the guard captain.
To the guard captain. Then.
He's just a captain.
Yes, he's captain of the horses.
He's the horse captain.
He's so low ranked.
Yes,
I think he's
the,
a general at least for being the general of forces.
he's the horse whisperer.
I expect centaurs to appear in Nightstone in a few years.
Yeah. You find the guard captain at the keep. He is currently scolding a pair of guards that have been smoking some kind of a pipe.
We don't know anything
That-
about them.
One
But
of
we do
the
want to
one of-
give them a higher rank.
One of them speaks up, breaking up the guard captain's scolding just by going, "Well, that's just your opinion, man."
Sure.
Is their name Jay and Silent Bob?
No, because they both mean talking, so they can't
yeah,
be.
true. So it's not the dude, it's the other guy.
Dude, where's my car?
Oh, Torm doesn't know the dude.
The
Oh
dude.
dear.
Well,
Let's not
I mean,
educate now.
no.
So,
Let's just say he's not getting any White Russians.
the guard captain dismisses the guards, who then meander very slowly back towards the keep and their barracks.
Did they mutter something about being hungry?
Yeah. Got the sick munchies, bruh.
We do not promote drugs.
Yeah, the guard captain looks over the side of the gatehouse, just considering for just a brief second whether the fall is high enough for him to just leap off and end it. But then he sees you and he heaves a very heavy sigh and turns and goes, "What do you want?"
Ah, my
$1 million.
good sir, Tuor. You know those 3 horses that we were so kindly allowed to borrow for your troubles?
Yes, that was roughly a week or so ago, wasn't it?
Yes. Do you...
Did you kill one of them?
No, actually we were wondering if you need them back.
Well, we would like them back in good health. Not necessarily immediately, but depending on how long you are intending to travel from here on out, then
Good couple of weeks. Perhaps we could pay you instead.
We would like them back.
You would like them back?
Yes.
We have an airship. We don't need them to give it to us.
Where is Shump
Fly
in
away.
relation to where Kothar is?
I know.
Right outside?
I
Because we
think,
were
I think
with
you're
each
still on the
other.
grass there.
If you're just chasing after Kothar like a puppy, then you would be there with him.
No,
the
we were
guard
with each
captain
other
would-
when the... Mhm.
The guard captain would roll his eyes at seeing you as well.
Oh, he wouldn't see me, but if I know where Kothar is and I'm relatively close,
Yeah.
the guard captain would just hear from outside.
Ask him if we could buy them. It will be so much easier if you just buy the horses.
Yes, Shump, that's what I just suggested.
Cool.
I think he had some of that pipe.
So
You
how about it,
probably-
Mr. Kadrithu?
Well,
Coin for horses? You can always buy
Say
them.
yes.
we can perhaps spare one. The others we do definitely need because we have many messages that need sending.
Hmm.
We
Well, one of them
require
died.
we require horses that are in good health, and we can send out riders to deliver our messages, or Lady Isadora's messages.
Well, if you require them in good health, we should probably unload them then before they stop being in good health.
That would
What
be
do you mean?
preferable.
Hmm. Very well. Then we shall be off. We won't be needing the feed for them for now, but no matter. I bid you. Yes, I bid you adieu.
I still need
Yes, whatever that means.
It's a fancy way of saying goodbye.
Must be an elven word then.
Yes.
Haven't heard it before though.
It's a bit of an unusual term, but now you can impress your friends with it.
Sounds froggy.
There might be frogs related, but that's more of a urban myth.
he turns and looks over the side of the gatehouse again.
I should point out that if you plan to jump from there, you have to make sure you aim head first. Otherwise, you might just end up paralyzed, and they'll just either restore you or not. I would say
Scrape
that
you up.
either would be very unfortunate.
He sighs and like waves you off.
Go. Just go.
And reaches over his shoulder.
Kothar starts going out, but then stops in the door, and then goes back and like hands him the pouch of dried mushrooms. Here, try these once you're off shift. It might alleviate things.
Well, now we know the guards would be so much better in this town.
Are these things poisonous?
Yes.
Certainly not. They are... I would say they are quite healthy for the mind. If you can handle it.
Well, thank you, I guess.
Just... whatever you may see, it's not actually real.
Nothing's ever real in this town anymore. Not since you came.
Yes. Oh, it's the one they made the gnome for.
Yeah.
Well, you will be relieved to hear that.
He starts shivering and starts mumbling gnomes. Gnomes everywhere. See them in my sleep.
Here's the thing, though. While it may not be real, the things you will see, it will certainly feel real to kick them. So, there's a perk right there. Enjoy your gnome punting. And I just walk off.
Let's just hope that there are no gnomish travelers moving through town anytime soon.
Well, it might be unfortunate.
Might be. Someone's given gnomes a very bad name.
I don't know who. I was trying to promote their freedom, and
I'm
people
almost
just-
curious what would happen if we let the clockwork gnomes wander through the town for a little bit.
Oh, jeez.
Let's not find out. So, Kothar returns to the ship and mentions that we need to unload the horses.
Why didn't you just buy the horses?
I tried to. He wasn't interested. They needed them for messengers and such.
Why don't you just send pigeons for messages?
He did not seem to have a good grasp on
Pigeon.
the avian varieties.
I see. Advanced technology and such.
Yes. Not everyone is
By this
into this new century.
by this point, since you've been in town for at least several minutes, the dwarf who owns the little shop on wheels has managed to pull the cart all the way around right next to the gangplank leading up to your ship, and the
Next to
window
where I'm standing.
yeah, the window is open, and he's leaning out with a bottle in hand. Goes,
Oh, my good friend. I think I
Kothar
have a...
stops and like ponders when he's going past and like, I'm going home to my family.
a souvenir.
I'm sure my father will appreciate one of those. How much gold was it again? Good sir.
5.
5 gold.
He points promptly at the sign beside the window
Yeah, I quickly pick up 5 points.
and rolls his eyes visibly at the question.
I'm just going to give you a questioning look. Just like a... Really? After the last time?
It's not for me. It's for my father.
As soon as you take the bottle, he replaces it with a new one at the windowsill. Goes,
Buy the new one.
My father is a man of refined tastes. I'm sure he'll appreciate this.
I know it will. It tastes awesome.
Yes, just to make sure that you keep your particular tastes in check when we're in Shilmista. It's not a buffet.
Let's not. God damn it, Kothar. God damn you. I said I won't drink any of your kin. Bastard.
There might be something new for you to try there, though. There's lots of wild elves. I'm sure you haven't drank any of those yet.
Yeah,
No,
you don't know.
but because of you, I won't. I won't even think about it.
Excellent.
He'll look proud of it.
And now he's thinking about it, basically.
You know, Shump, this is the kind of things that, for a politician such as yourself, these poor decisions are what comes back to haunt you once you actually gain some level
It
of
was
fame.
one time, Kothar.
Yes.
One time. It
And
won't
what will
happen
your-
again.
What will all your faithful voters say in 10 years when you rule this land and they discover that you are a barbarian?
Are they going to look into my background and point out that one thing that I did once so many years ago, and then they will just be, I don't want to vote for him, and then I'm going to lose everything? I don't think.
That's not how it works, and you know that. You will have adversaries
Yes.
who will do that for you and use it to drag you down.
Adversaries? There's competition in this game? What?
All men of power will have adversaries.
Thank you for acknowledging my power.
I would
Yes.
like
fine.
to ritual cast comprehend languages and try to talk with the metallic gnomes.
Okay.
Well,
Alright.
You'll set off while you do it.
So while the rest of you are escorting the horses down the gangplank, and the dwarf in his little carriage keeps going at each one of them and offering them a bottle.
Horses?
Yes,
horses.
the horses. Everyone's a potential customer.
Sure. No, how did they pay? I don't know, but sure.
So after you take the horses back to the barn and start getting ready to lift off again, about at this point your magic is ready and you start hearing all of these gnomes start making sense to you. They are speaking in a very weird language of clicks that seem to indicate a sort of like a on-off toggle. And
Seems very much like a machine.
yes,
Hmm.
so some sort of binary language made audible, which is
All
all
ones and
often,
zeros.
which is occasionally interspersed with well, actually, the binary language like composes like gnomish sentences and scripts that they are running through.
Are they
And-
gossiping?
Not gossiping. They are more or less like running diagnostics over on the airship constantly. Whatever they see, they are running diagnostics of, or trying to
Okay.
understand what it is.
I will go onto one of the gnomish contraptions and ask it, can you diagnose me?
Bing!
Yeah.
Update complete.
Error.
It
Error.
it looks up and down at you for a moment, and then like the clicks start making up this process of understanding what you are, and it's like that list of different races that it speaks out loud and then crosses off instantly
What did you
until it reaches the conclusion that you are a high elf, a female specimen, and potentially have some gnomish blood because you have a pointy hat.
I say it has excellent diagnostic skills, and ask it, who's the captain?
The gnome looks around and then starts going error.
I will tell him like
Input not found.
I will tell him new input, Quelena. And see
Input
how he
received,
reacts.
Quelena.
Who is the captain?
What is Quelena?
What? I am Quelena.
Does not compute.
I will kind of give it like a light bonk with the finger and say it does compute. And
Paradox found. Error. It starts vibrating and smoke starts coming out of its ears.
Kalena, don't ruin the bots.
And I'll just pass by.
I will. Well, let's see. 1 second. Want to check something. I will do a. Okay, I will tell it. Okay, so just listen to my voice, and this is the voice of your captain.
Okay.
And then I will look at it and ask it, what is the voice of your captain?
It starts listing the properties of your voice
Hey!
in extreme detail.
And I will then say, now, this is not to be deleted ever.
Error requires administrative authority.
I'm the captain.
Please contact your system administrator.
What's the reset button?
Then it lists a number of a series of numbers. Please contact this number if you require more support.
Opening hours between 7 and 8 a.m.
Opening hours between now and never.
I would like to check around the gnome that is currently busy erroring, and see if I can find a thing that I can open, like a back panel or anything.
Basically, all of the surface panels come off. They are just like your regular flathead screws that you can just undo.
I would like to take a coin and undo one
Okay.
of these panels.
Sure.
And
Just the
I
back
would like to
panel or the front panel or...
the back panel.
Okay. So you take
And
it
I would
off.
like to just see what's inside.
There is a strange series of gears and like this kind of like very rudimentary looking calculator thing inside with these kind of like levers that keep switching from one end to the other each time a click sounds from the gnome.
Is there like a spot where it might hit that might be interesting to stick something inside?
Aside from all of the gears that are interlinked.
Oh. I would like
Also,
to
phrasing.
I would like to kind of, even though I have no idea in engineering, I would like to do an perception shot and try to figure out if I can somehow change it so it will understand me better, even though I have no clue in this.
Okay, sure. You can.
It's like a very bad educated guess about how this works.
You can make a intelligence check.
Okay. Unskilled, like?
Yeah, unskilled. Okay.
So, do I reach any conclusions?
So,
That
how, however this thing is programmed, you don't find any kind of like clear way to figure out what the speech matrix is on this thing? You do know that it appears that most of the processes are run by this rudimentary, like lever-based calculator. But how to program it, you have no idea. It's some gnomish tinkery that's completely foreign to you.
I will hand it the back panel and just say, on your way.
It holds the back panel and looks at it and starts computing. It tries and look over its shoulder. Error. Then it goes over to one of the other automatons on your deck and like asks it, "Am I missing this part?" and turns around, and the other goes, "Affirmative." No, actually, it goes, "Roger." Then the two start working together to reattach this panel.
How does he help himself? That's a question I have to ask. I mean, I don't understand the other one.
Telescopic arms.
No, it hands the part over to another gnome, and the other gnome goes back and places the panel back where it's supposed to be.
Upside down.
And then it points one finger up, and the tip like folds over, and there's a flathead screw, and it goes beep, beep, beep.
Actually says those noises. They don't occur. It just says them.
Yeah, it like rotates the hand every time and just goes beep, beep, beep.
I will make notes about what I discovered on.
I hope you do.
Yeah, and I will just kind of be looking at them and trying to figure out if I can make any sense of it all, even though she has no idea about engineering or on gnomes, so she will just be like wondering about it and
or IT
one in the future.
Good.
Kesh, you're muted.
If anything, they would be easier to understand than social interactions.
Yes, that's why she's trying to understand them and not you. Also, it's harder to decompose you than,
Decomposing might not be that hard, but decompiling.
Decompiling, yeah.
Please don't decompose me.
I could do it, actually.
The gangplank rises. You have removed the horses from your cargo hold and get ready to lift off.
Yes.
Good.
I would say lift off.
As Kothar's been reading up on the material and such, the theory of it should be quite simple. It's the practice of it that's probably the difficult part about steering this thing and manning it. He'll man the furnace for this trip.
Sure.
I'll just take the
steer.
I will do a tiny Leoman's hut in the middle of the ship.
Okay, good.
In bright yellow.
Bright yellow. That classic. Good choice.
Not canary yellow.
And I would like to place my circle just atop the cargo hold.
Yeah.
So no one can get in and out of it without you first.
I mean, there is a hatch below decks as well, but, you know.
Yep.
Well then.
Has Shump learned anything from his previous endeavors with the helm?
I
guess that's kind of up to
yes,
you.
once you're in the air. Takeoff and landing, not so much.
Cool.
There's a bit more practice there.
Yeah.
We should get some steam into that balloon. I guess it's all up to Kothar.
Yes.
I'm going to take up my position of death grip the railing.
The real question is this vessel capable of VTOL?
I would like to offer Obsid if he wants to join my safety.
No.
Let's do a VTOL
Death grip.
takeoff then.
Death grip at the front.
What is a VTOL takeoff?
Vertical takeoff and landing.
Yes.
Straight up and
it
down.
should be able to do that.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's a hot air balloon, so yeah,
Yes.
it can
It
go
should
up
be
and
its
down.
primary function.
Do we have wheels?
Not
We
yet.
have skids.
Yes.
Yeah,
Let's skid.
We did. On the gate.
yeah.
Yes, I know.
Also
Speaking
made
of
that.
which, a little bit of rubble again
think you
gets
should let,
like knocked over, Lance.
I think you should let Shump navigate. He was so good last time.
Ooh. I quickly go and fetch that sealed canister that I stored in the house. The one from the trap in the tomb.
Okay.
Kolana. This might be interesting for them to receive at the Edificant Library. Seems like an ancient method of sealing a canister. Could be some useful information.
I will unseal my bubble for a moment, take the canister, and seal it back right after.
And then
You can just see a hand for a moment taking it, and then you're trying to like.
You're supposed to do like.
What do I write on it? Ancient canister.
Empty warded gas canister is all I've written.
I had forgotten that you took that.
I haven't.
All right.
So
Let's get some air pressure in this bitch.
yes,
Stations. Sound
lift
off.
off.
Nitrous
Or lift
in the
off.
furnace.
What is it made of? The canister?
Metal. Probably iron. Or steel.
Can I? Okay, so I would like to do a lot of mendings.
Okay. Good.
Try to fix this.
Sure.
It's fixed. It's just empty.
No, you said it's. 1 second.
It's-
Didn't you say it's broken?
It's an empty warded.
Ancient.
Warded.
Ah, warded.
Because it's magic that keeps it kept the gas inside. A
So if
ward.
it's empty, doesn't the ward go away?
Still magical from once I picked it up. That's how I found it after all.
So it's not broken, Theo.
No, it's not broken.
Just
Oh,
empty.
so no mending then. Ah. All right.
tried to
I'll-
mend it.
Sorry. You
I will
might
just,
you might
use,
want to go back to the Tower of Tinkery to if you
I
want
will
mending.
use a mage hand and just hit it a few times lightly on the deck, kind of trying to figure out how it works, and then put it in my backpack.
Okay. So your
I'll,
mage hand can't
Lift it.
can't lift it.
Ah.
It's
Alright.
too heavy for it. It
Should
seems
I
like
put
it seems like the metal walls are extremely thick,
Hmm.
and it ends in this like weird nozzle kind of thing at the end. It also has like one of the warding symbols is like this red triangle with some sort
Okay.
of bursting symbol.
I have dispel magic.
Well, it is empty.
So, now that you want to lift off with your airship, I have added vehicles air to each of your skill lists at the very bottom.
Skill list. I have
Holy
skill list.
crap. And it's wisdom.
It is wisdom based. You'll need
Oh,
a
you
little bit
bastard.
more experience in order to receive any kind of like proficiency in using the airship, but you're on your way there.
Where's the
Skills.
skills?
It's not in the hut.
So let's start with Kothar.
Yes. It's about to get hot.
Yes.
I clicked it.
It didn't do anything.
Let's try it again. There we go.
There we
Oh,
go.
dear.
Ooh. Okay. Okay.
Oh,
now
it's
it's
just slow.
yeah.
It's very
Apparently.
slow.
Okay. So You twist the handle, and you hear a metallic squealing sound from inside the furnace as it opens, and you hear a puff of hot air come through the opened valve and into the pipe, and it roars as it travels up all the way and then splits into three and gets evenly distributed into this long air sac on top of your balloon.
With that sucky roll, do we get so much lift that we all just get pushed against the ground?
No, you hear this immediate puff and then look up and just kind of wait and look around you, and you're still on the ground. So apparently that wasn't enough.
Well, if that was that much...
Again, Kothar, you can do it.
Let's... Full
Do I
throttle!
have some kind of lever that communicates with the hole?
Full throttle.
The furnace is on the deck, like right in front of you and down.
I feel like we should still have lever, that kind of, like those Titanic things. Full speed ahead, full speed upwards
Yes.
stuff.
Ring, 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 ring.
Is there this nozzle pipe opening with just a tube system that goes around the entire ship? You just shout into it?
No, but you can install one.
We need
install
one of
one.
those.
So this time you open the valve all the way, and you hear the roar of a fire intensify inside the furnace. It sounds like a caged beast for a moment before the popping and crackling of the pipe takes over, and then you start very slowly and evenly lifting off. You hear from below as gnomes rush to crank
Fix the damage that you just did.
no, crank the feet that you've been on, the skids back flush against the hull, pulling in the landing gear.
And I will just sunbathe on the outside, just looking
We
at
have liftoff! Ever so slowly. You know, Shump, we need to fine-tune this machinery. It needs to lift faster than this.
We need some kind of a... I don't know what the word for it is. It should end in bow. Because those kill people. Furbow. We need one.
Expo.
Shump, why don't you roll a vehicle air check as well?
Let's see.
We're going to the north, Shump.
We are
Good.
going to the north.
So you start spinning this large wheel in front of you, like giving it a good old whirl around, and then snatch hold of these handles that are sticking out of it, and stop it just in time to see the ship very slowly start turning around towards the north. You see the thatch roofs of the houses around you below, the the skids that are being raised on the backside, just raising in time to miss your house.
I would like to just say that maybe we hear this as we turn.
I feel like with the way he's turning it, we're gonna hit the tavern.
Or the
We're gonna
tower.
hit the inn.
Yep.
No, it's like perfectly timed. Basically, you rise just over the roof of the tavern as you come around and head and face north.
Are there any broken bits to this ship? I saw?
Just on the balloon and some minor hull damage, but not much.
Are there woods, planks, or such to fix?
Yes.
Yes, there's plenty of repair materials below decks in the cargo hold.
Also for the balloon?
Yeah.
You should probably check out the airship cargo handout.
I will go to below and find myself some wood and just like drag it
Roherthan's
towards
right
where
on
the.
deck.
I will drag it right down to next to the where it's broken,
At this point, I'm
and
part
cast
of the ship.
fabricate and fix it.
Okay, good. So, hold on. Let's see here.
But you can see me like dragging slowly one by one. I will not like force myself to carry something heavy.
I'm
It's like
just.
going.
I don't
up
even
and
see
down.
you doing it. I'm just like.
Nope.
Okay, so considering you're using fabricate, mechanically, I will allow you to repair damage
To the hole, it shouldn't be a problem.
at twice the speed as normal.
I think fabricate is instantaneous, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes,
but there's setup rules for.
Yes, for repairing the ship.
Ah, okay.
Again,
There
if
are
you had
rules
read
in the airship
handouts.
handout.
But hey, you two can read that when
Yes.
we're doing the Shalmista thing, and we can, or Shump can read that while you're doing the Difficult Library thing.
I have read that.
Perfect.
Have you? You surprised me, Seb.
Pop quiz. How many points of materials does it cost for each day of repairing?
Something around when there's 1 HP left and the balloon is still repairable.
Now, how
I
much
asked-
materials does it need?
How much cost
I know,
for a
I'm
day?
trying to redirect the question.
Aha!
Yes.
So 1 second,
20.
how much do I repair then?
You can repair 2 hit points over the course of this day.
Normally it's 1 hit points repair per day.
Yeah.
Per 20 gold points worth of materials.
Alright.
See, I read it.
Yes. So you can essentially double the effect of the cost with your magic.
So I healed it by 2. Yay!
Yes.
Yes.
Huzzah.
Huzzah! And I will go back to ritual casting my bubble.
Okay, good. So below decks, at the same time as you're fixing the ship, these clockwork gnomes rush to the set of oars on either side of the aft section and start like rowing, and the gear linkage translates the motion into the flapping of the wings on either side of your ship, pushing the ship forward. And you skim along right between the tavern and the church as you climb into the air and start heading northward.
Has he fixed the corner? The broken corner?
Yeah, just about, yeah.
Oh. Well, now the real question is, are we getting good headwinds?
That is a good question. Seb, you're
Yes.
at helm. You're at the helm.
I am.
Why didn't
How's
you
the
roll?
wind?
Why don't
You
you
want me to roll
roll
for the
a
wind?
1d8?
On the 8.
He wants me to roll for the wind.
Yes, the wind needs rolling. Do you think the wind comes alone?
Okay, good.
Good.
And roll a 1d20.
Oh god, this is gonna be horrible.
So the wind is that direction?
Mm-mm.
Or like so, I mean? Since the 2. There's a 1.
Depends where you
There's a
start the
9
1.
meter a second from the northeast.
Okay. So the wind is coming from the southwest at
Oh, dear.
Perfect.
it's a gentle breeze pushing you along. So you will be moving at your regular pace of 8 miles an hour.
Which is 70 feet.
Yes.
Speed of 70, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Smooth sailing.
I actually did the math on that, so you can just thank
Holy
me.
crap.
As we do not know where the elves' home is, we'll stop at no point going all the way there.
There's a little campsite right here that's been recently cleared out.
True,
Seems
that
like
would be
a nice
perfect.
I'd like to just
It's a bit far out
read
from
the
the
book.
forest.
Read which book?
Apparently, the book about the airship that
The manual.
Kothar was reading.
Yes. The theoretical how-to isn't that advanced, but the practical is... Though it makes sense that currently the two people that have read the book are the ones that are going to leave at the library. Maybe
Yep.
one of you two should read it, so you can actually pilot it should worst comes to shove.
Don't worry, I have a way to get anywhere I want.
Boobs don't go that far.
It's less a manual and more of a, the captain's log from a time before the ship got a balloon, from when it was like an ocean-going vessel, and then detailing the goings on of adding these kind of wings to the side first, and then replacing the sails with a balloon and so on. So it's like a kind of like a backdoor introduction to airships.
How to build an airship.
Torm, I would really like to replicate this, but I don't see a problem with using undead skeletons for the crew since they're permanent.
Yeah, it could
In
work.
second edition. I
Yep.
just need to find a way to hide the engine compartment so Kaiser won't see it.
You also need to figure out how to build it.
Well, building it is the easy part. I mean, even my character's got the engineering skill and everything. He's almost as capable in fabricating as yours is.
Yep. By the way, if I can fabricate, does it mean that meanwhile someone else can fix something else?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Rather just doesn't want to do anything, so he's just standing on deck at the front looking ahead.
You're still holding the handle on the furnace.
Trying to look like I'm not dead terrified of being in the air.
So I will be reading the manual while arranging my hat nicely on my head, kind of trying to look even smart while I'm reading it,
Yeah.
even though no
well.
one can see me because I'm in my bubble.
Yeah.
You just got his hat, I got his robes. So,
Well, my hat is much cooler than your robe.
my robes are the robes of a king.
Ah,
Dead king, but still.
stinks.
I should have washed them first, shouldn't I?
Sure, you should, but you can
Um,
just prestidigitation them.
Well, here's the thing though. These were actually hidden in a container, nice and safe, whereas yours was literally sitting on top of a corpse. I don't know which one should be washed first.
I don't mind. I don't have lice.
Now you might.
Oh, I might.
Okay. So it's fairly long into the day on when you reach the further edge of Thornwood. You can see it on the right side if you look down. Roherden, you probably can see it very well.
I'd probably seen it before anyone else did.
Yeah.
I'm refusing to leave this spot
Yeah.
till we're on the ground.
Fun
should put him
fact,
in
there's
a
a
crow's
crow's nest if you'd like to climb even higher.
No.
Yes. You just have to use the ropes to climb up over the balloon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see me pulling that off.
I could go up, but I'm in my bubble, busy.
Go up to the crow's nest and cast your bubble there.
You'll just see like this bubble and the crow's nest.
Observation platform.
Hey, could
Here's a
that
question,
bubble be
though.
used as a force field?
Here's a question though. Yeah, that's actually my
Kind
question.
of.
How would it be formed?
It's fine. If we need force field in front, we just tie Quilana to the front and have a ritual cast, and we have a force field in front.
work.
Ramming speed.
Ramming speed.
Would we
By the way, we
build
should-
walkways around the front?
We should
just
reinforce
save
this
us some
airship with metal. We should buy a lot of metal and reinforce the entire balloon with metal.
Well, there's a fine point between lift and weight.
I'm sure you can give more energy to go up.
We're already struggling to get lift.
Why are you so heavy? We lost the horses. I could fart. It helps.
Where do you
If
want
you're
to
going
set
to
this
fart,
thing
please
down?
fart into the... Just at the edge of the forest.
Shump, you're at the
find a
helm.
nice, fine clearing.
Captain Shump, sir.
Mhm.
Where are you setting this thing down?
Yes. Are we gonna set it down now?
Might I suggest that while I drop altitude, you do a nice 180-degree turn?
Taxi. It's called a taxi. Kothar.
Yes.
Just let's get with the terminology here, okay?
But isn't taxiing something air-specific? While we're technically on a ship, we should be using the ship equivalent of it.
The nautical.
Port.
We
Making
are.
port.
I'm guessing it... Is it still... No, it's not taxiing. Taxiing is when you're going out to the runway and going up.
Mhm.
This is
Making
We're
banking.
hoovering. We're hoovering.
This is banking.
We're banking. That's what.
Making
Yes.
port.
Okay. I shall initiate the initial turn
Initial?
of the helm. Initial. Yes.
The swelling.
If you
Initial.
could initialize the decreasing of the steam,
Commencing descent, Captain.
that went well. Cool. I will. We will do this very good.
I will
And
like
guess
Very good,
I'll,
like.
1 second. I would like to just do this minor illusion near Shump of a loud fart while we're descending.
Okay.
I had some bad Tex-Mex.
should you do you want a vehicle air check?
Ah,
Is there even Tex-Mex here?
yes,
You want me
please,
to roll?
Shump.
Yes.
Me as well.
Ooh,
good.
He is a good captain. Good captain.
Yes, Kothar.
Okay.
Ooh, you are
Kothar.
good.
We work well together.
You're
We
better at
do.
landing this thing that you are lifting it off.
Well, we
Apparently.
learned.
Good. So you come around and see the edge of the forest below you, and then start banking and coming down. It takes a while for the ship to descend, even with essentially letting hot air escape freely into the summer day. But you make your way all the way down the ground. Where do you want to set it down? Right at the edge?
Approximately a bit of distance. Just find a nice flat surface. Deploy the skids.
Okay, good.
Gnomes, full reverse.
The gnomes below deck start rowing backward, and the wings start like flapping against the yeah, and the entire ship it like slightly tilts back, and finally like stalls, and just starts descending down very evenly.
Perfect.
You the skids come down and you land at the edge of Thornwood, and as soon as you've landed and the gangplank comes clattering down off the side, you see a wood elf just like come stumbling out of the forest with his mouth agape, going, "Wow."
I would like to do a minor illusion of him farting now.
He doesn't even notice. He's too busy looking at this thing in front of him.
Kothar just struts off the gangplank and down towards the wood elf.
I will just after they get down, I will just yell from inside my bubble to the gnomes, "Lift off!"
Weigh anchor.
Up we go.
Champ, did you want to get off as well?
I said after they
No.
get up.
Oh wait, this is where me and Kothar were supposed to get off. So okay,
Yeah.
No,
yes.
it's not.
No, I will
we're
be
just delivering
staying
news.
on the helm.
We're just
staying.
delivering a message and receiving some fat loot, and then we're heading to the Edificant Library. We won't be long.
Then I shall return. I shall remain at the helm.
Okay.
I will still
Looking,
say lift off.
Cool.
All of the gnomes copy Quilina's noise saying lift off.
Are they
But
actually lift
none of them are actually doing anything.
Go up.
The-
All the gnomes come onto top deck.
yeah. All of the gnomes that were rowing beforehand come on the deck and line up in a very neat row.
I would say diagnose the ship.
They are all going Roger, 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 Roger.
Roger.
And I would say to Rohathan, this ship is broken.
I'm just gonna. I think it's you that's broken, not the ship.
I will say
I heard that.
Good.
I
So,
will I will go to one of the gnomes and point towards the steering helm and say steer.
the gnome walks over to the helm and rotates the
What do you
wheel
want?
like an inch to either side.
I will just go to another one and say make it go up. Make the ship go up.
The gnome walks down the gangplank underneath the ship and starts pushing. Or actually, it starts like hopping, barely reaching the bottom of the ship.
I then seem content and just sit aside and look at the gnome below, just like as he's jumping up and down.
Good.
And
The
I will
wo-
do a minor illusion of another gnome just jumping beside him, just for my fun.
Good. The wood elf looks at this craziness going on and like retreats a little bit into the forest
I scared him.
and waits there in the underbrush.
Did we ever actually talk to Eladan directly?
No, I don't think so.
Just the figurehead we know of.
Yes,
Then I have forgotten the name of the scout that we dealt with.
you never got one.
There's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
See,
We
Torm?
never asked for names.
Nope. Never.
We don't need
Never.
names. We can remember it by heart.
Yes.
You commoner.
Commoner 1 and 2.
As far as Quilena is concerned, yes, that is the name that she's probably assigning to them. Simple folk, commoner, stupid guy 1.
Commoner with eye patch. That kind of stuff. Just descriptions, not names.
But do I remember what... I don't remember what the rank was of the guy we dealt with either. I'll just, in chiming High Elven, just send word to the Enclave that the party of Kothar Amakir has returned.
He turns and walks back in the woods.
I'll sit down and begin the tuning.
Okay.
Kothar,
So
ask them for horses.
So at this point, it has been about. You took like a full day to get to Nightstone, and then like about half a day to the edge of Thornwood. You remember that the scout that you met at the Tower of Tinkery last said that it would take at least a couple of days for him to get back down again and deliver
Yeah.
word.
For him, at least.
Yes.
Ah, we're so fast.
Yes.
They don't need to know that. My main goal here is actually the coronet.
The coronet?
Yes. I send out ping.
Yes. It's back in Minthar.
Yes.
Yes.
Still?
Yes.
Does it ping back?
No.
I'll ping 2 more times.
Okay. Now it pings back.
Reply
Perfect.
from 127,001.
He's like, you know, it's like right in the middle of Mintar, basically.
Perfect.
What is he doing there?
I am now going to unattune to it.
Okay, good.
But I'll do that back on the ship. So I'll just go back up to the ship and start doing that. And, well, I also tell the others that we'll just have to wait a bit for the scout to return. And then we can be off on our merry way.
I'm going to make my way into the captain's quarters
All right.
and just sit.
Okay.
Maybe you should bring that reading material.
I'm reading it, and I'm in my bubble.
There is a large wooden desk at the back next to these like large windows that look out through the walls of the aft castle. There's a side table with a model ship, and there are several books and journals and ship logs littered about on a little shelf nearby.
Read about the log.
There is also a spyglass that someone set down on one of these side tables. Nobody's picked it up.
Hey, that's perfect for her then, since you're up there in the front anyways.
Yeah, I'll pick up the spyglass and then I'll kind of just flick through the journals and stuff.
Okay.
See if there's anything interesting.
Okay.
Entry number 1. A metallic gnome 100111001.
Captain's log, stardate 146.95.95.005.99.26.1010.1. We met this strange gnome named Master Bringled in Harryhouse. He promised to make the ship into an airship, take us to the skies. That is the end of the log.
That's a very long log.
There's just a line and squiggle down it.
Yeah.
A bit of blood in the corner of it.
I forgot to roll for the ring.
Give the blood to Shump.
Charge for the ring. I'm gonna roll that now.
Okay, good. So you're gonna wait until someone shows up from the forest, right?
Yep.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow. One again.
And this whole time, the gnome beneath the ship keeps jumping up, trying to push the ship upward, but is unable to reach the kill. I
was wondering. I just finished your thought. The ballistas. If I have extra attack and stuff, or attack twice with a bonus action, could I, arm, aim, and fire at ballista? No?
No, it takes one action each.
Yeah, but I have 3 actions.
No, you have attacks that are within one action and a bonus action.
Fine.
You little shit.
But what if we have haste? Do we have 2 actions then?
If you have haste, I think that adds an action, so yeah. Also, the fighters... What the hell is that class ability?
Action surge?
Yes, action surge would give you a second one.
So if we put it on Shump and he has the surge, then he has 4 actions per round.
Yeah, so he could fire it and reload it and fire it again, while also aiming it to a target for 1 round. So he would be able to get 1 shot off.
Trump, we can make you into a mean machine.
Get some!
I am a mean machine.
We could turn you into Superman. Basically, you can see like just Trump going, just loading back in.
We blink and miss it.
Well, that would be if it's 6 seconds. If you blink, you do miss it.
Pretty much, yeah. So, about 2 hours later, if you're willing to wait.
I'm doing an alarm around the ship.
Okay. How far does that reach?
I don't know, but I do it. 1 second, I'll tell you.
Sure. About 2 hours later, you see something shine through the foliage of the forest.
20-foot cube.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's not big enough.
No, that's
So I will
like...
put it on the the entrance to the ship,
Okay, good.
and I will go back to my nice hut.
Good. So about 2 hours later, you see something through the foliage of the forest, and are alerted to something moving towards you. It only takes like a few moments longer for you to see the large white antlers of a large beast, or like a moose-like beast, that is being ridden by a single elf. And he.
How do we know it's a single one? We could be engaged.
Could be a lot of them standing right
Yes.
one behind the
Yeah,
other, behind the other.
That is
It could
very
even
true.
be a gnome behind them.
It could also be two gnomes atop one another,
Yes.
but
You
that's
will
true
never
about
know.
anyone actually. So
Do they move in a synchronous manner?
Kothar would go and greet them, the creature and the rider.
Just
Okay.
greet it.
Yeah, it
So-
just goes and disregards the rider and just, hello, moose.
the rider dismounts before reaching the edge of the forest and walks up to the edge. The beast stays a little bit further inside the forest. You can see that it's like about twice the size of a large normal riding horse.
An impressive creature.
So
I
you
say
are
that.
Kothar.
I am Kothar.
Yeah, the rider that's dismounted and who walks straight towards you, like completely dismisses your first comment about the mount.
We're expecting someone taller, perhaps.
No.
Hi, elves.
Someone a little more snobbish.
Oh, she's on the ship.
Ah, that makes sense. Interesting ship. Is this one of the air cultist ships?
Shump is waving.
Yes. They
Not anymore.
they had to abandon it, so I mean, waste not, want not. So it's ours now.
Good.
And we have those giant rocks. Oh wait, we don't.
I'm not sure how much your scouts may have told you about the events of the tower.
None so far.
We were successful in driving the cult back and mostly eradicating them. However, the warlord that we attempted to stop is now free. I do believe I forwarded a mention about that.
Well, that will be a bother.
Quite.
However, there is one warlord that we won't be seeing again. He turns back and walks back to his mount and like takes something out from a sack draped over the back of it. He walks back to you and tosses this large red head on the ground in front of you. There's an audible empty bonk as it hits the ground and then rolls to your feet, and you see Chromus' head.
Maybe you should bring it for Champ,
I fully intend to.
so you'll have a friend.
Well, I mean, Sep's always had a thing for skulls.
I could even make it talk with a minor illusion.
Oh my god, what are we doing? I just
Hello.
roll it over with my foot so the head is properly like aligned, looking at my feet.
You see Chromus' eyes still looking up at you, and they've like shrouded over. There's a little maggot that crawls from underneath one eyelid and then down into the corner here and down underneath one eyelid.
Kothar has a very distinct sneer of disgust and like, this is how it should be, Chromus.
Most of the elves
for,
are unharmed.
Excellent. I'm glad that everything worked out favorably for most of us.
Sadly.
It was a satisfactory raid.
Yes.
You did well in welcoming the most of their force up the mountain.
Well, I just threw a few things together. I didn't really think they would fall that much for it, but I mean, they're orcs, so... But if that is all, I do believe my business for now is concluded here. My warning has been passed on. You have been told of the events and of the upcoming troubles. You will have to discover for yourself.
Well, Thornwood will remain as it always has. We'll make sure to guard our forest against any invader. Magically sealed in whatever it is that you said it was.
If I say the word a coronet...
Yes, that is a piece of headgear, usually made out of very fine metal, gold or iron or silver, occasionally of brass.
What was the last coronet again? It's goat, lion, and dragon. Yes. On the off chance that you know a certain thing about the coronet of the dragon, might I suggest that donning it right now will not be a good idea.
Nobody in Thornwood has such a thing.
I should hope so, because one of the others has been taken up.
Perhaps this requires an adventuring band.
Yes, you would imagine.
We don't have such.
Strange how this sort of luck follows adventuring bands around, isn't it?
Yes, it's almost like it's fate.
Indeed.
The invisible hand of fate guiding us all.
The strange will of Coralon.
Well, I'm sure Corallan wouldn't mind.
Oh, yes. Well, nonetheless, you have made a friend of Elladan Winterwind. So,
It's an honor to meet you.
If you require anything, then it will be my pleasure to aid you in the name of Thornwood. If you do not, I am very fine with that as well.
Well, as honorable as it is to have a banner lord at my side, I hopefully won't have to call on you.
I hope so as well.
I'm sure you do. For now, I shall return to my enclave of Shelmista and see what's been going on there. Clearly you haven't had contact with them for a while, and that concerns me greatly.
That we have not.
And there's no news of King Elbereth either. Yes?
Well, they have always kept to themselves. When we hear of it, them is through the trade routes more often than not. They have once again decided that they do not want any contact with outside elves or other species for that matter. Then that is King Elbereth's call.
Well, there's only one final thing then, before I head off. Do you have any dealings with Nightstone?
No. They have learned to keep out of our forest.
Would you be opposed to supplying them with a bit of necessities of life for my coin? They're a bit pressed for both means of travel and communication currently, so I would highly appreciate if you could send a care package.
That depends on how much you are willing to buy from us.
If you hold on, I'll go acquire some funds. I'll go back to the ship for the party inventory. I'm not going to ask the others actually for permission. I'm just going to take the 2 fist-sized diamonds.
The biggest ones?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll present them to...
hope you don't need it for any magic.
500 gold? Nah, I have the coin. It's okay. I'll present them to Eladon.
Okay.
This should be approximately 1,000 gold worth. I'm sure Nightstone could do well with liveries and such things.
So, Eladon takes both of the diamonds, looks up at them through the reflection of the light, just to see the clarity, and then nods. Very well. We shall send a package to Nightstone. Shall send 2 boats downriver for them.
I'm sure they are highly appreciated.
It will keep them through the winter, as long as they are not careless.
And tell them, if they ask who it's from, tell them Lord Shump has sent it. For his beloved.
How do you spell that?
Straight out. S-H-U-M-P. Quite easy. He's a half-orc, so it has to be quite easy.
Eladon spits at the mention of orc. And then he, very well. Shall send the message.
Oh, there was word of some form of monetary reward, or item-based reward, I do believe, for this whole task of... I do believe it was the orcs. We were not so concerned with the tower itself, though it was a minor thorn in your side.
Yes, we had thought of equipping you a little reinforcing your armors and such. However, you seem to be in a hurry.
Depends on how long it would take.
Our artisans can reinforce armor within a few days.
I'll ask the others if they wish it. For all they care, they're going to the library for study sessions, so might not be that much of a hurry.
I also have a longbow that might be of use for you.
Certainly.
But nothing for me.
Wood elf craftsmanship is impeccable.
It is. But ask your crew.
Yes, they did deserve a vote. I'll just hop, skip, toodle pip over to the ship. So guys, the elves want to improve our equipment if we stay a few days.
Cool.
What say you?
Sure. I'm down.
I'll just knock on Quilana's bubble like, hey, you want to make sure you survive if something hits you or if I accidentally blow you up again?
I kind of lift my head out, and you can kind of look, just see my like head coming out, and looking at you and ask, what are they offering?
Magical enhancements to armor.
I don't have an armor.
You do, in a way. That hat could count.
Fine.
Who knows,
How
you
long
might
will
find
it
a few
take?
books to borrow with you to the vacant library.
I'll be right back.
Sure.
I'm still in the captain's quarters, by the way, reading. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll go bring you as well.
Um.
All help is good help, and if nothing else, Quilana might find I'm certain these elves have a library as well. They wouldn't mind if something goes borrowed.
Well, if they will give me access to their library, I might be more inclined.
I'm sure King Eladon... No, not King Eladon. Eladon Winterwind wouldn't mind.
Well, if you can convince him of that, then maybe I will be more inclined to wait. Now we need to wait for for the DM.
Yes.
But yes, I would be down for getting my armor sorted.
All benefits is good benefits. Longbow.
Who will use a longbow?
I can actually use a longbow. Both of us can. Because even though we're wizards, because we're high elf, we get high elf weapon training, which includes long elf, long elf,
Long elves.
long and short swords, and long and short bows.
We can use long elves. We just put them in the bow and shoot them.
You don't even put them in the... You literally just shoot arrows from yourselves.
Just long elves. Just shoot them.
You just... or would it be like that? Like a string between your foot and hand and...
So I'm guessing Kothar already knows it, but my character is driven mostly only by knowledge, so that's why she's like that.
And a sense of survival.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they all mostly agree. Quilana might agree more if I can convince Eladon to let her peruse their library. But we'll be there a few days, so I'm sure that won't be an issue.
Well, he didn't actually say that we will be allowed into the city, so, you know.
Who knows? Who said that there's only libraries in the city?
Okay.
So yeah, Quilana,
Mm-hmm.
if we're going to leave the airship out here, would you mind wizard locking the gangplank?
Hey, wizard log of a gangplank.
I think that's the only way we can kind of secure it.
Hey, wizard lock a gangplank. Isn't that just a plank that goes down?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes, but there's a mechanism to it, and you can lock all mechanisms.
No,
Except for
the
colossus.
mechanism is that you push it off the side and it falls over.
It's literally just a plank of wood that falls down.
So 1 second, actually, is
With
there
crossbars.
is the hatch to downstairs lockable?
There's a
Yes.
hatch, so
There are 2 hatches and a door.
And they won't be able to use the boat if they can't reach the engine, right?
The engine's atop
Well,
on
they
the
can,
deck.
and they can't. They can't move the ship by the wings. That's for sure.
But they can
You
flip them
you can enable the furnace and steer the ship from just on deck. You could also just like pull the gangplank up.
Couldn't I arcane lock the wizard lock the helm?
You could wizard lock the valve for the furnace.
Yeah. So like a steering wheel lock.
So I would do wizard lock on the helm.
Yeah, you could lock the helm.
I lock the helm, and I don't tell anyone the password.
Okay.
It's a good thing I have a master key.
Try 1, 2, 3, 4.
Then again, Roherthan has the universal key. You got a big hammer, don't you?
It won't really unlock it. It will just break it.
Yeah.
Well, that's
and then we can build a new one. There's wood there. We can build a new one.
I mean, technically, you could probably steer the ship by having the gnomes row at different times.
True. Right side gnomes, only you rowing.
Yeah.
Going left.
The rudder wouldn't work, but, you know. So you walk back down and inform Eladin that you've decided to take them up on their offer.
Yeah, might as well. All help is good help.
Very well.
So,
I shall need... Okay. Well, I shall need your armor then.
I'll take off the robes and such. Do you just want to bring it with you?
I would just go like...
I'll take off the splint and kneel in front of the elf.
He is a banner lord, so that is proper etiquette, my good shump.
But I'm a half orc, you know. I'm trying to gain some.
Cromus's head is still rolling about on the ground.
Hello, good.
Oh, by the way, Shump, here's your good friend. I saved him as a souvenir for you.
That's not who I think it is, right? That's not Cromus, right?
Well, technically, Cromus is in the afterlife. This is just his mortal shell.
Oh, God. Okay, well, fine. I'm turning a better leaf. I'm going to stomach this, and I'm going to just say that you acted in our best interest, and it's not affecting me.
But think of it this way, Shump. Think of this treasure I'm giving you. This is the head of Cromus.
Yes.
His disembodied head. Now, if we ever run into any survivors from that lovely orc clan, you can just show them that, and you will have all their respect.
Yes. Thank you.
He will pick it up and just study it and just
very, very clean cut. This is very fine work. Fine work indeed.
And he puts it back down, trying to just
be a man.
See, Shump, don't say I don't look out for you.
Thank you, Kothar.
I will be putting the telescope in my pack for now.
Okay.
So, certain Quilana was coughing, but is muted.
I will stand on the gangplank, waiting to listen whether I have access to their library.
Quilana wonders if she may browse your books. Any books. Cookbooks. Books on herb lore.
Eladin looks up towards the ship's deck. Are you visible, Quilana?
I'm standing on the gangplank.
Okay, so he looks towards you and like laughs for a moment. I haven't heard of a high elf wishing to see the books of a wood elf before.
Information is information.
She's not that picky. All information is good to her. I'm sure she would even read she would probably even read a orc book.
If it's interesting. I have information.
Shudder.
I will just say maybe something about medicinal plants or
fishing.
No, fishing doesn't interest her.
Because she sucks at
mastered
it?
the art.
Tailoring.
No, because she has mastered the art. She has now haste. She can be faster than the fish. Or magical studies might be interesting as well.
I can see what I can find in our library.
Highly appreciated, Eldon.
But I won't give any high elf free roam of it. You understand.
I do not.
Good. He storms off back into the forest with all of the clothes and armor that you've given him.
Yeah, I didn't give him anything, so I'm good.
Okay.
I'm currently just wandering around in priestly robes.
Alright. Champ, you're
I'm staying
in
on my ship.
boxers.
I'm
Are you a boxer or briefs kind of a half orc?
I'm a boxer kind of guy.
I was expecting... No, commando.
No. Oh, that would be so much better. Too late.
Armor chafing.
Okay, so you spend a couple of days waiting by the edge of the forest without anything significant really happening.
I would like to have a gnome constantly giggling at all of them. And
You're
just
missing
sit
such
there.
a great opportunity with that head.
Oh, the head, right.
Yes.
I will use a mage hand and kind of make it go up a bit, and then I will use minor illusion and just put it at top in the middle of all the four of us, and just make it keep saying all kinds of things, such as "I am great king. I I smash."
Okay.
Oh, a smash. You have to get
And I will
it
say
exactly on orc height.
And I will say it in Orcish, so Shump can enjoy it.
Good. Great. Excellent. So your hijinks with the rotting head of Chromus continue for 2 days. At one point, the clockwork gnomes use it as a soccer ball for
Yay!
10 minutes.
I would like to know who won.
The clockwork gnomes.
I'll be repairing the ship in this time, by the way, as well. We should
Okay.
have repairs for a few days.
Sure. So
Trump
you,
should
will
give
be
him,
sitting with this head in this, like this, just watching the head.
Gotta say, it's fucking durable.
I will just like to actually go help repair the ship using another fabricate the next day.
okay. Good. Just mark down the hit points that you gain.
I gain?
The
let's
gondola
see.
gains. Or the balloon, whichever you wish to prepare.
I will repair the balloon this time.
Okay.
Fabricate.
There's only... No, actually, it would probably be best to fix the balloon first, since that has the least health and also the most missing.
Okay.
Are you updating it?
Yes, I updated it.
So I did a fabricate the other day and this time once.
Yes.
And then meat as well, so 5 points.
No, it was 2 on the Hulk that I did.
Yeah.
Oh, when you
And
say
then
damage threshold,
and then 2 on the balloon. I mean, fabricate has 2, so
when you say
Yeah.
damage threshold for the gondola,
Yeah.
is it needs to do more than 10
It
damage
needs
to have any effect?
10. It needs to do 10 or more in damage
Okay.
before it affects the gondola.
And at that point, it does the full damage, or is it minus 10?
At that point, it does the full damage. Just
Okay.
needs to reach above 10.
Yes. I'm curious why you had to specify that the gondola and the balloon is immune to psychic damage.
Yeah, it says so. So
Okay.
I'm using official sources, so just have to specify, just in
So
case.
1 second, it's not affected by mind games?
Nope.
Apparently not. I mean, it would be fantastic if it did, but you know.
So I can't use...
I don't think anyone wants a living airship.
I was going to say, isn't there a spell that would animate the airship so it becomes a living thing?
Yeah, I think there's a limitation on the size.
Well, you can always make it bigger.
I mean, it's made of wood. You have Awaken.
Well, that would be interesting.
Well, the issue with it being made of wood is it's probably made of more than one tree.
Yes.
So it would be
several Awakens then.
Yeah, you awaken all of the planks that make out the hull.
They're all just screaming in agony.
Yeah.
So one second,
I have no skin. They have taken my skin.
Can't I use mending?
Why am I so thin?
There's a note about mending and how it can fix official damage, but it doesn't actually fix or restore hit points.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will only use it the first day, and the second day I won't, because I will be expecting them to return already.
Yep.
Okay.
And during the night I will be using my bubble.
Oh, since it's 2 days... Well, I only need one more charge for the ring anyways, and I can't get any lower than one charge, so the ring is fully recharged.
Good. So...
Perfect.
At the end of your waiting, Eldon returns, this time with a large...
Says you are not prepared. Oh, wait,
this time with a large sack.
With a lot of heads.
Yeah. The heads of all the slaves that were rescued from the orcs. He basically tosses it across the threshold to the forest. Towards your gangplank, and gives it a bon voyage, flicked fingers off the temple, and then turns around and heads back in the forest.
Bye.
I will just say to Kothar, I have no books yet.
They might be in the sack. Shall we go check? So we can get on our ways? I'm sure you're aching for your library, and I'm aching for my family. Don't misread that.
I mean, they are high elves. Who knows what their culture allows?
That reminds me, Shump. If you do anything funny with my sister... She is only 74 years old. If you do anything funny with her...
My heart is promised.
Perfect.
I take offense of your insinuation that I would do anything to your family members. Even though she's the... Well, that is just disgusting to think about. Sorry, no offense.
Yeah, she's only 74. I mean, how young can you go? You're a bit odd sometimes, Shump.
14.
What's that in elf years?
The baby album.
that might actually be 74.
Well, it's literally 74 human years, but a elf is not considered a adult until they reach 100.
So it's around there somewhere.
Yeah.
It's around
14, 74.
Yeah. I mean, she's probably older than the majority of the rest of the party, except Polana.
Developmentally, it's roughly there. About.
Oh, well, yeah, Kothar is older. So, what's in the bag?
What's in the sack? All of your armor and clothes that you gave him are in there. There is now this wood elven embroidery on them, a kind of magical embroidery, as well as a bit of leather patches here and there. All of your armor gains a +1
to armor
AC.
Or to saving throws as well?
To AC.
To AC.
Your robes, Kothar, do not, because they have a set AC.
Very well.
But they look even fancier now.
Well, I mean, they're already the robes of a king, so they better look freaking fancy now.
Yeah. There are also 15 different books in there.
What topics?
5 of them are concerning different herbs and uses for them, specifically common herbs.
The others?
Yeah, there are 3 that are basically like general magic theory, like the kind of stuff that you learn like on your 5th year in your and then there are the rest are basically like dime novels.
What?
Dime
Sorry?
novels.
What are
They're
dime
like
novels?
yeah, they're like very thin, basically like books that you can find on the in your local grocery store, basically like very pulp, no real substance, just
The fluff.
a little bit of romance and fluff.
I am actually fairly certain that Quilana has not read that.
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain that Quilena is not happy.
Hey, knowledge is knowledge. You said so yourself.
Knowledge, not novels.
There is knowledge in these novels as well. Knowledge that you direly need, Quilana.
Well, to be honest, we can then wait until I read them, since the ship is going nowhere.
One of them is about a high elven, basically a fan fiction of a high elf pirate that becomes very friendly with a dashing young dragon. They make many little dragonborns.
So I will start reading the herbs ones.
Okay.
Excellent.
Trying to
Good choice.
find,
Good choice.
Yeah, trying to find interesting, like anything medical or magical that I can concoct with it.
So you can find a lot of these medicinal herbs included within the pages. A lot of them are dried and hacked into pieces and then rolled up. There are also several funguses that you can do roughly the same with. Some are distilled into a kind of liquid beforehand.
And
I
usually,
think there's a dwarf that will really like it.
I'm guessing it's usually prescribed with a dropper.
Anything interesting though?
Sometimes heated up on a spoon. Nothing really really stands out. However, these books will give you a +1 on medicine checks when it comes to figuring out the medicinal properties or poisonous properties of plants.
Yep.
What about longbow?
Yes, the longbow.
Such a weird idea.
What?
No, it's just a wizard with a longbow.
Are you actually thinking of using it? Because
Yes.
that's gonna be hilarious.
Depends on what it does. I mean, it might fit better for someone else.
We don't actually have arrows, so
Yeah,
I'm sure
That's true.
the forest full of elves will have someone that has arrows.
someone's
Sure.
bound to have, yeah. And sooner or later, you're gonna find someone with arrows. Yes. Where did it go? There.
just checking something. 1 second.
Oh, there it is. Oh, Jesus, what did I just do? There we go. That's cool.
Yes. I agree.
That is very cool.
Because you don't have enough magic items yet.
Actually, I was thinking, was it Shump, you don't really have a ranged option besides
He has darts. Yeah, the darts that you gave him.
That bow is perfect for him.
What's the bow? I'm curious now.
Show it to the rest then. The bow of grounding.
Okay. Good. Now, while everyone is reading, the clockwork gnome that has so far for about 2.5 days been hopping up and down beneath the ship finally emerges. It is.
How is he doing?
It is immediately berated by the others for missing the great football match.
That's kind of cool.
But then they all get back to work, prepping the ship for takeoff again.
Could we leave the skull, the head? I don't see any use of it on the ship.
I will take the head and put it on the front of the ship.
I will assume my position at the front of the ship and just look at the head like, no. And just put it down next to the railing.
Thank you.
I will.
It's still on the ship. I've not taken it off the ship. It's still at the
I want it somewhere prominent so people can see it. You know.
You can always put it at the bow of the ship, like where
I have a better idea. I have a better idea. I will take my frisbee and fly up to the crow's nest, and I will find there a stick and just stick it on top of it, and then fly back down.
There's like this pole sticking out that's probably meant for grabbing onto while in the crow's nest. But yeah, you just like impale the head on.
Yep.
See, Shump? Out of sight, out of mind.
Actually, can I do my? I will just do a light spell on the head itself, and then go down.
Okay.
Now we have a proper flag.
For an hour. So, I'm guessing the helm is still wizard locked.
It is.
No.
Could you unlock the helm or maybe fly off the ship?
I will navigate.
Dispel magic. Boom.
Okay.
Thank you.
Fine. You need to actually succeed.
I don't need to. It's a lower level spell.
All right. I can recast it.
Yes. You can recast it, but here's the thing. Yours doesn't scale. I can recast mine with 4 different levels of spell power. So regardless of how many times you do it, I can do it far more many times. And always succeed.
I don't need to use a spell for that.
Is it a ritual cost?
No, but it's a cast from the abilities that we got.
Oh, so once a day?
Yep.
Yay. That's okay, I can dispel it 8 times a day.
Okay, the gangplank is pulled back aboard the ship.
Yay.
The gnomes go back below decks.
Full lift off! Oh.
Full lift off.
I pulled the telescope out. Try to make it look like I'm actually being useful.
Alright, good. So you have your death grip around the
just one arm.
Yeah. And with the other you are looking through the spyglass.
Well, I mean, it's a railing, probably with holes, so his armor is going under the railing and up to hold it.
Yeah. Okay, so you start lifting off very slowly and gently off the ground when Shump pulls on the wheel and you like get tugged along to the side. And you basically like skid all the way to the trees and knock one over before you start heading up into the air.
What was that? Oh,
goodbye.
Your angry shouts from the forest.
So long! That tree wasn't like that when we came.
Yeah, it's not even like fully broken. It's just like bent, like with those parking parking signs that you see, where someone's clearly like tagged it. So it's like bent like 25 degrees to the side or something.
Next time, skids in a bit faster.
We should also work on that takeoff. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we've nailed the landing. We just need to work on the liftoff.
Yeah.
Okay.
To the significant library. Let's try not to crash into it.
We'll see about that. Rohan, you are spotting up ahead at the bow of the ship. Why don't you roll a 3d10?
It's yeah.
Okay. That's lovely.
Yay.
Okay, good. So, it's a very warm day for autumn. As you are cruising along in the air, you feel the hot breeze of an Indian summer hit you on your furry face. Your mouse squeaks and enjoys the enjoys that for once your beard isn't freezing over while you're up amongst the clouds.
So no icicles in the nose?
Yeah, not this time, no. You're spared from it. It's a very lovely, clear day otherwise. It's like perfect for a little sailing in the airship, in the old airship.
Lower the telescope and let the mouse peer through it.
Okay. The mouse reaches up with one claw and like does the little peering ahead motion with one eye closed, looking at all the majestic mountains up ahead. Why don't you roll a 1d8?
Let's find out where the wind goes. Make it a 7.
Yeah,
Perfect.
It's a 7.
Okay, good. It's a wind from the east, guiding you along. You are able to make double time on your journey westward.
12 miles an hour.
Yes.
That means we need to put in double the effort to stop.
Double the skids.
I will help by being the foreman and just looking at the people working.
Good. Perfect.
Supervisory role.
Spoken like a true supervisor.
At some point during the journey, I'll just leave Shump with a cryptic, like, if we get back to Nightstone, you might want to ask your lady if she got your shipment.
No, I'm sure she will have received a lot of them, if you know what I mean. If everything goes well, of course. I'm not sure I understand your meaning, but I'm sure she will be pleased.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That is what you were going for, right? Yeah. Yeah.
We'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
Why burn it? We can just cross it. I mean, do you know something I don't?
No.
A lot of things.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Good. You steer a little further north once you see the rough hillsides between the Clover Mountains and the Snowflake Mountains, cross to full-on mountainsides once more. You reach the eastern edge of the Snowflake Mountains and start heading northward towards where you believe the library is holed up, as it should. There should be a road leading up to it, so you should have little difficulty on spotting that once you get closer.
And this road should be a fairly well-traveled road, right?
Yes, it's like one of the larger roads of this region.
When we do get to that point, I would take a break from manning the furnace, asking Quilana to take over.
Okay.
While I just borrow that spyglass to check out how many travelers I could spot on the road, just to see that it's still active.
Okay. So, with your spyglass, you can see at the altitude you're traveling about 20 miles or so up ahead, probably even 30, since it's very nice weather. You can definitely see like very little dots of movement along the road once you spot it at first.
Let's attack it.
Yes. Burn
Kill it with fire.
Raise it to the ground.
And I'll also let Niniak have a peek. I'm sure he hasn't been this high up before, even though he's a flyer. Ah, yes. Chat wants to think they're worthy of the map.
They are not.
I can send them the link for the 27 megabyte one.
Good.
Let's see. High
Fine, I'll give you the
resolution.
map. There's not much.
Here you go,
There's
chat.
not exactly much to see on the map, but fine.
You were.
Yeah, you need permitted first. You're not a
There's a
mod.
bot.
The bot says no.
I've lost it. Boo.
Should really whitelist the players for links.
What's the point? There, I posted it for you. So while you're looking up ahead, Kothar, you notice a shadow cross the clouds up ahead. And it's not hard to notice what it is, because you start hearing the large wings flapping, clearing the wings, the wings clearing some of the clouds.
What do I know of this creature?
That's what
Bless
you
you.
know. Thank you.
I hear the wings. So
I would just like
It's
to
a
say
dragon.
it's a dragon. What color is it?
It's a kind of bronze or brass
I
type
would
of
just
color.
like. I would
It's like a
just pull
brownish
the
bronze.
air out of the thing. We're going down.
No. Do I know that brass and copper dragons are usually not bad?
Roll a history check.
What is that music coming?
That would be sad.
That's Sep.
Ah.
Gonna get us claimed, asshole.
Yes.
This is copyright-free music.
Sure
License
thing.
free.
If you say so.
I have been finding these for a reason.
So, Kothar, you know that Brass dragons tend to be
Evil.
No, brass dragons are evil. Brass dragons are good.
I know.
Generally.
Yeah, I'm just saying that maybe he understood the opposite.
Yeah. However, considering you're not quite sure which color this is, it's kind of hard to tell.
Oh dear.
You've forgotten your draconic silhouettes at this point. You know it's definitely not a green or a black dragon, which are more likely to inhabit the forests. So
I can actually talk with it if we can approach it.
The question is
it
approaching us?
Oh. It is approaching you.
Going down will not help.
It notices you and like swoops down.
1 second, can I get the color now?
It's like a bronze, brass-ish, like a flickering golden, brownish, orange.
Considering how clear and bright the day is, it would be a little reflective.
I would like to go to the railing next to next to Hertha and kind of say to him, "When you're ready, I'm ready."
I'll stand at one of the ballistas at the front. You said it swooped down, or?
Yeah, it's swooping down towards your bow.
Am I even able to leave the helm?
You can,
you just won't be able to control the ship then. Unless you put a gnome at it. So
I'll put a gnome at it.
Okay. You
and mount
call for one of the gnomes to come over and you stick it like in front of the helm and have it grab the wheel.
Keep the course steady.
I would like to shout at the top of my lungs in Draconic. Esteemed dragon, what do we owe the offer to? Or what do we owe the... what's the word I'm looking for here?
Pleasure?
Pleasure.
On. Okay, so you shout at the top of your lungs, I'm guessing?
Yep.
Yeah, so...
I hope it's not smoke.
The dragon swoops down, and then as you shout at it, it like rights itself and flaps its wings to stall in the air in front of you. Your ship is like heading straight towards it, but it's keeping a steady distance of about 200 feet away from you. It's like doing that dog thing where it looks like from side to side at you quizzically. And
it just sees a dwarf in the air.
And it calls back to you in Draconic as well. You smell like magic. Are you magic? Do you have magic?
We are.
Partially.
Ooh, it comes closer.
I could offer you a few things if you don't eat us.
I will do a minor illusion of a.
You're going to piss off the dragon, aren't you?
Yep. Of a dragon egg falling off the railing right in front of the dragon.
Why?
Okay.
What's your rationale?
The egg. Leave us alone.
Okay. It it looks at the egg toppling over and then swoops down.
See? Now
it
fly.
Yes, because we will outrun a dragon. Quilana, you're not this stupid.
I'm not stupid.
It moves quickly beneath the airship and like snatches the egg in its jaws. You hear the clack of its teeth as its mouth snaps shut around an illusory egg.
I hope you enjoyed the egg.
Well, Anna, if it's upset with us, I will personally offer you as a treat for it.
Well, I have my own way of getting off this ship.
Yes.
Be
my guest, feather fall off the railing so it can do the same thing.
I first will make sure that it's attacking you.
You hear the flapping of wings again, and then it stops underneath you.
Stops flapping its wings.
Yes.
Is it clinging to the hull?
I know. Why don't you look up its side?
Yes, I will.
Okay. You are face to face with a dragon. It is a large... actually, it is a huge dragon.
Oh, God.
How is the airship even in the sky
roughly
anymore?
half the size of the airship, just about.
Now that I can get a good look at it, what color is it?
It's like a brass color more than bronze, definitely. It's hard to tell.
There you are, steamed lizard, worm, creature. What can we do for you?
Your lovely elven locks are behind your head as the as the dragon takes a good whiff of you and then blows air out of its nostrils. As it crawls towards you, its large claws reaching up and taking hold of the edge of your ship. As it clambers closer and closer to you.
Out for a flight, are we?
Not anymore.
I will gladly give you a lift, though you seem to be heading in the other direction.
Its massive nostril is pointed directly at your robes and takes a huge inhale. That smells like magic. That is magic, isn't it?
That and many other things. Though I might have something a bit more interesting.
That also smells a hint of elf urine.
That might be the previous owner.
It smells fresh to me.
It might be, but that's of no concern right now. Who are you, Great Worm?
Oh, just someone very excited about new magics that I come across.
Well, in this case, this is very old magic.
I am a collector, see?
A collector? I see.
You all smell like magic.
Yes.
You have an imprint of magic on your face.
Yes. I also cast magic.
How can I take that out, I wonder?
That would actually be quite impossible. I have considered the same thing.
That's a shame. I would like to have that magic.
I can tell you where you can find it.
Can point you towards the source.
Well, it depends on where this place is.
Do you know of a city named Mintar?
No.
Well, I have this coronet here, and it's linked to another one that the owner of the other one in Mintar has the bottle that we used for these things. It's quite magical, both of them. I'm sure that would be very interesting for you.
It crawls a little bit closer to you, and it's like it like nuzzles against your robes, just like sniffing it.
You wouldn't want that. They're full of urine by now.
But you see, these are magic too. You all have so much magic.
But why would you want to fight for the magic we have when I can give you one of them and tell you where to find more that you might not even need to fight for?
Well, see, the problem is that usually when I go close to cities, they like to launch things at me.
Well, as you may have noticed, we also have the ability to launch things, but have you considered...
it reaches up and puts one claw over the one of the ballistas and like tugs at the string, like ready to cut it. Yeah.
But have you considered entering the city under concealment? They don't need to know that you're a dragon.
Yes, I can help you with that.
Well, that one you could just take. I don't care about her.
The dragon pulls itself further up and like peers over you, Kothar, towards Kulena. You like for a moment disappear underneath the dragon's head.
And I will just look at it and kind of... Quilena will be actually very interested because she... well, it's information, so she'll just like try to get the size of the creature and stuff like that.
Yeah.
She's kind of like completely ignoring the situation, just taking notes about how it looks.
Just pulls out a notepad and, can you hold that pose for a while? And just begin sketching.
Completely ignoring the situation in that regard.
One of the clockwork gnomes like runs across the deck and catches the dragon's eye for a moment.
Yep, and I
completely ruins the sketch.
The dragon follows it along. Ooh.
I will ask it. Which city do you want to enter?
I don't want to enter any city. I want your magics.
Well, I mean...
What kind of magics do you have?
What kind of magic are you interested most?
Interesting magics.
Well, by the way, does a mouth of a dragon count as a mechanism?
No.
Sure. Well, I could...
Champ, what are you doing at the same time, by the way?
I have found myself a clockwork gnome that I'm clinging, holding his hand, kind of, and I'm probably squeezing it to a point where it's bending.
I'm standing uncomfortably close to Quilana at the moment, so...
Yeah, I think I am too, because I was going down to mount a ballista, but I'm still standing next to it.
I will actually start approaching towards the dragon.
Okay.
Because Quilena has no idea what she... I mean, no idea how much risk she is in currently, except that she knows that the dragon can be dangerous, and she saw how fast it can fly, so... Maybe I can take it.
More importantly, it's almost as big as the ship we're on, so it's probably very hungry at times.
I ask it, maybe we can strike a deal. I mean, you seem strong and big.
Yes, go on.
Well, I was thinking, all I seek is knowledge, and we share a common interest. You want knowledge about magic. I could share my knowledge about magic with you.
No. See, I seek magic. Interesting magic. I don't seek knowledge of magic.
Well, I could teach you how to make magic. Think of the unlimited supply of magical items you can get.
No, I think I just want your magics. What kind of magics can you offer me? And if you find something that intrigues me, I will leave you alone.
I will offer you 2 items of magic. I will pull out the coronet of the goat. This coronet is part of a set that it in itself is interesting magic, and it has many interesting properties, especially if you were to wield it. I also have this orb of magic. It's a sustenance item that bolsters your strength for a good long time. Though it's a bit wet at times. I will hold out the coronet and the orb of dryness water.
It sniffs at the orb for a moment. Torm, how would you want to check for an illusion about the dragon?
Well, I am an illusionist. I guess I can kind of... I mean, the logic behind being a dragon just right here when we have this ship and it knowing about these magical items without actually doing anything about it. Sure, it might smell it, but I'm thinking maybe it's an illusion cast by the band that actually owned the flying ship.
Check it out.
I mean, think about it. It isn't attacking us. It's flying around us, then grasping onto the ship, and it's actually not doing anything against us. So I'm thinking that all they want is just to get our items. At least that's Quillena's logic.
Okay, well, you can either touch it or make a wisdom check.
I will touch it.
Okay. You place your hand and feel the cool cool scales of a mighty dragon.
I'll just pat it and...
It pulls its head back instantly and like snorts at you. Your hair scatters and billows behind you.
I'll just arrange my hat back.
Yeah.
I'm guessing with my proximity to her, my beard flaps.
Yeah. For a moment, your mouth is revealed. It squeaks and burrows further inside.
I will keep going further beneath its body.
I'll give Niniak a comforting pat. And you remember what I said you could do if I die?
Niniak curls a little tighter around your neck, considering it's died already twice while being with you, and it's not necessarily keen on being devoured by a dragon.
Well, you have my offer, dragon. Certainly you can smell the coronet.
Yeah, the dragon sniffs both the orbs of water as well as the coronet. It instantly scoffs at the orbs, but takes a keener interest in the coronet and goes, this seems interesting, but it's not whole. It feels wrong.
It's a set of 3. The other one is in Mintar, as I said, and as long as you wear it, you can find out who holds the others.
Are holy symbols considered magical?
Divine magic, if any?
Yeah, that's the question.
Not magical unto themselves, no.
Okay. So, to be honest, I have only 1 magical item? No, 2. Okay. 3.
The staff and the shield and the...
3. Windlash.
Yeah, and windlash, yeah.
Staff, shield, and whip.
I will offer it the empty warded gas canister.
Technically magical.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a long sniff of the canister and then sneezes. spreading this like goopy slime all over the deck right in front of you. It shakes its head.
I will keep
pulls back.
advancing below its body. I mean, just to go further beneath its body. My logic is the head is there. If the head is there, if I'm beneath it, I'm good.
Okay, sure. It crawls around on the edge of the deck, sneezing again. Its stomach pressing, or its chest pressing against the edge of the deck a little bit, like bulging towards you, Quelena, as you approach.
I will kind of just
that thing smells.
It does, doesn't it? Do you want it?
No. I would like the crown if it was whole.
Well, see, you already know of 2 of them.
Let's say the third will soon make an appearance, I have a feeling. And when it does, you'll be instantly told. What's a bit of time for a steamed dragon such as yourself?
Nothing, but I would rather have something interesting now.
I will offer it a candle. And put light on it.
That's all I can offer you, for now.
The dragon looks towards you, Quelena. It like turns its head upside down and looks underneath itself at you. You hold up a lit candle. And
it's not lit, it's with light. I put light on.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You literally cast light on a candle.
Yes.
It looks at you a little quizzically and go, I'm not sure that part is supposed to emit light. I could light it for you.
I'm good.
Oh, very well.
By the way, can I climb on you?
No.
Shame. I really wanted to climb you.
I can just picture Belana starting to climb the railing as she goes to ask.
We've had this in a different party.
I will actually get up on the railing beside the dragon.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
And I will kind of look how big its body is beneath the deck.
I will also scrutinize it for any battle injuries and such.
Okay. It appears undamaged. There are no scales missing or anything like that. No teeth missing. No obvious scarring.
How old does it look? I mean, if I had to guess about the lizard, that big. I mean, I don't. My character doesn't have a clue about dragons. I'm guessing, so we'll do the estimate.
Shump is about to find out, I think.
Shump, what do you want to know?
I would like to know its, I guess...
Everything.
I can choose 2. Which one would be best? Strength, maybe?
No, strength won't help us.
Total class level?
Current hit points and the total class level.
Keep in mind, this is in relation to you.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. So I'm guessing I already know the answer to it. But let's go for total class level and current hit points.
And current hit points? What's your current hit points?
44.
Okay.
45.
Okay. It is superior.
I see.
And it's superior in levels as well. Or
cool.
That's technically it doesn't have levels, but yeah, it's above your level. So, Quelena, you can make a history check or a nature check, whichever you'd like.
I will use a history check because I have more of a plus for it.
Okay,
my rolls are awful.
So, considering the current size of it, it is likely an adult dragon, or just barely so, considering it doesn't seem to have had much life experience in its life so far.
What do I know of their interest in magic? I mean, what interests them in magic?
Considering Kothar's previous check, I think both of you would probably know that brass dragons in specific are very curious about knowing more about things. They are very curious beings, especially about magical items and interesting personalities.
Well, I guess I'm an interesting personality.
Yes. Why don't you allow it to take you with it wherever it goes?
Actually, Quilena won't be against it. A dragon could teach her a lot, so.
I'm pretty sure she more or less
roll a new character for next session. Quilena goes hang out with a brass dragon for the next 400 years.
If I play my character correctly, she will actually want to know more about it. So, I mean, I would like to say, dragon. I think we are on the same side of the
ship.
Fight.
Yes, we are all on the same side of the ship. I agree.
We both want the same thing, and well, killing us would gain you nothing.
No, I don't intend to kill you.
You seem so intent on it.
No, I simply wish to liberate some magic from you. So I may study it. Not the crown. The crown is a puzzle. I don't wish puzzles. I want magic.
Well, I'm sure that a puzzle for your great mind is nothing.
When you have lost a piece, then it is of anyone's mind.
Well, the nice thing about this puzzle is that it reconnects itself. I mean, once you know about one, you can reconnect to the others. You don't really need to search for the pieces, you just need to be patient enough for the pieces.
Well, you're nothing if not patient. A great worm like you.
The dragon pulls back and then lifts his head up over Kothar, so it's back facing you now, Kothar.
I'm just mentally project to Maniac. Just any help here would be welcome.
I would
you
say...
You hear a faint voice in your head go, I don't know, man, I'm not a real dragon.
I would like to say to the dragon, so would you like the interest of a good puzzle, or would you rather just roam around and gain nothing from for your trouble?
No, this is hardly any trouble.
Well,
I could do pull-ups from the side of your ship for at least a century.
Well,
question. In comparison to the weight limit of the ship, how heavy is the dragon?
Oh, it's pretty heavy. You're slowly descending.
Very
slowly, though.
Well, I have one more thing I could offer you, good dragon. A very interesting bottle of liquor. It has magical properties. Very interesting ones. It was meant to be a gift to my father, but if you would rather have it, I'll present the bottle of Umarok liquor.
It sniffs the bottle.
As you can tell, it's dwarven, definitely dwarven.
The dragon seems to consider it for a moment. What kind of magical
I would relay the entire history of the Umorok that I have. The more time I can buy, the better.
Good. You regale the dragon with a story.
Yes.
Great warrior dwarf monks.
I will just keep
Drink fire.
My eyes to the ground and check that when we get too close to the ground, so I can prepare
you're
myself to
still
jump
well
off.
in the air. There's
Yeah, I'm just checking.
no problem yet.
So at the end of the full regaling, it's like, so there you have it. Now imagine what a great being as yourself could do with being quite effective against other fires. I'm sure fire is a hazard you're very familiar with.
He turns to look at you and goes,
And think
Not
of the health
really.
benefits.
not really, I am already... Well, I cannot be harmed by fire.
But now you can be doubly not harmed by fire.
I believe that is not how these things work.
You could maybe find a way.
You have made a mighty effort, elf.
Think of the health benefits, though. Plus, it's extremely rare vintage. The Umorok is highly sought after. I will not tell it about the dwarf selling it in the...
Very precious. An endless box of them. The dragon lowers its head until the chin is flush with the deck, and you're like almost eye level now with it.
Oh, I'm still, so I'm just standing just near it, like on the railing, just like
Yep.
looking at it. What?
And
I'll give you a free dental checkup.
the dragon shakes its head, and then you hear a rumbling chuckling from deep inside its mouth, and finally goes, Well, if that is all you can offer me, although you all stink of magic.
I scratch. I rub the tattoos. Like,
Yeah.
The stink is mostly because of this.
I will have the crown, but only once it's whole.
That's
Fair
okay.
Do you
Would you
bring...
like to join
I
us? Would you like to join us?
Until we find it all.
No. I must find more magics. I feel there are more to the north. I believe the Sword Coast is a fine source of such.
I would be very careful in those territories. From what I've heard, dragons don't fare too well up there. Perhaps the Anorok Desert. You might find some of your kin there.
Oh, but there's only sand there. I've already been there.
Sand does get everywhere, doesn't it?
It's irritating. So coarse.
Yes, because your scales are not coarse at all.
The dragon's head whips to the side and looks at Quillina. What did you say about my scales?
Well, they are big, and, well, I'm guessing sand doesn't affect it much.
No, but sand does get everywhere.
It does.
Does.
it really does.
I'm guessing that his worst nightmare. I'm guessing his worst nightmare is like sand. It's like
It
sand.
gets... Have you ever had sand stuck between your scales? It's a horrid feeling.
I never had scales.
Bring me the crown, and then the dragon like pushes off the side. The whole airship under the balloon like swings like a pendulum for a couple times before it starts settling back down.
You see me instantly death grip like nothing before.
And meanwhile, the dragon, you watch as it does like a triple backflip down through the air before it spreads its wings and flies off towards the Snowflake Mountains.
Since I was on the railing, do I need to roll a dexterity?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, why don't you do that? Yeah.
You were standing on the railing. And, oh god.
So
that's good enough. You
Okay.
The
I kind of danced there for a moment.
Yeah, you like do that like balancing act where you like shake from side to side for a moment with arms extended, but you manage to keep your balance.
I would just like to. I will stay there standing and look at the dragon go away, and then keep going with my notes about what I learned about it. And then just hop back off the railing and just seem content with myself as I go back to my books.
Kothar just stands there like this. So the bad news is, I will probably live long enough, or at least I have the capability of living long enough to see this, but the good news is it didn't tell us where it lives.
How is that good news? We can't go meet it.
Exactly. So we have an excuse.
Well, we really should go meet it.
I interrupt Kolana and say, could I get the manual for the ship?
I just slide it over.
Now, if you don't mind me, I'm going to go downstairs and use a good couple of prestidigitations.
I will just I will go back to my books and go back to the drawing I drew of the dragon, and then go back to my book and just to keep reading about plants. Currently,
good.
You know that sound when you're walking in soft boots that are full of water?
Yeah.
And by the way, Theo.
Yes.
I was actually using my ideal in regard to that dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And my bond too.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Why don't you take an inspiration for that?
I have still the inspiration. So.
Yeah, so you don't need it. Good.
No, I'm not actually. I mean, the way that I acted was regarding that. I mean,
I think it was well done for all of you, except Sharp, because he was just.
I think we handled that very, very fine. We did good.
While the rest of you are getting back to your regular duties, the clockwork gnome comes running back up through the hatch and goes screaming by again before it looks around and notices that the dragon isn't there anymore, and then it stays planted on both feet for a moment and starts to vibrate. A little puff of smoke comes from both ears as it reboots, and then it goes back to tending to the ship.
Like nothing ever happened.
Exactly. Good. Here we can end the session because Seb has a kitty to look at.
Yes,
I was
have a
seriously
spawn
thinking of jumping off.
That would not have helped.
Well, I need only to cast the Featherfall at the last moment.
You are about 100 feet down from where you were.
How high are we in the air?
High enough.
High enough that we weren't scraping the mountains before the dragon touched us.
Yeah.
I am a bit closer to that now.
I'm fairly certain, based on what I remember from terminal velocity, that the dragon has higher movement speed than that.
Especially if the dragon decides to dive.
Sure, but I don't
And
need
triple
the...
backflip.
Yeah, but I mean...
I'm pretty sure it also
slowing
got
down
Christ
towards the
there
earth.
while it spread its wings.
Even with falling, even free falling, at terminal velocity, you will not reach the ground before the dragon have eaten you.
And also, your hand and feet would be tied up, and your mouth would be gagged, and your eyes would be blindfolded because it would have been a
I would like to.
Don't reveal all of your plans.
Yeah,
The idea was to use
what you
also
do with
a,
Kalana on your own time is yours. Don't tell us.
Yeah, this isn't the pink ship.
Let's not go there.
Ah,
Bad
good
dreams about
memories.
that one. That was
Good old
horrible.
mug and pink ship. Good. Any questions, comments?
Yes. What's the name of the dragon?
He didn't tell us.
Yeah, you didn't ask really, so
What's the flight speed of a dragon?
of an unladen dragon.
Yes, dive speed rather, because a human will fall terminal velocity. The fastest you can possibly fall as a human/elf is 173 feet per second. Per round. I mean, I already did the round calculation. And I do believe the dragon has, what, 240?
Hold on. Actually,
Even if not, it's a much more sizable creature with much more mass, so its terminal velocity is far higher.
It's
and
exactly the same.
the dragon can fly 160 feet per round.
Terminal
so
velocity is
close.
exactly the same.
But then again, it also has
Fall speed is always constant.
It also has breath weapons, so you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
You'll be barbecued before you hit the ground, at least.
I have tidal wave.
Without any form of teleport, there's no way you were getting away from that dragon.
You could have tried.
Could have
I
tried.
used I could have used the illusions that I have.
I want to say I was about to offer Kothar when he said, I'll give you a free dental checkup. I was about to offer him the spare javelin I have.
Toothpick?
Yep.
But I gotta go.
Good.
Good
Great.
night.
Say goodbye to the stream before you go.
Goodbye, stream.
We will see you next week for more dragon death. And also killing Kalana.
That should have been muted. Just kidding. I'm just kidding, Kalana. But see you next week.
See you next week.
Next week, man.
Yeah.
These guys. Okay. Great of you to for you all to be here. This was a great session. I hope you all enjoyed it as well. We'll be back next Monday with more shenanigans. That'll be a library episode, I guess, so, you know, bring your library cards or whatever. Okay, bye.